One take, one take. This is NBA One Take featuring yours truly, Pretty Boy Lakers. This is NBA One Take for your head. NBA One Take for your brain. Coming to you live, Brooklyn, New York. This is NBA One Take. It's a great Father's Day weekend. To all the fathers out there. Great fathers to your kids. Either if you see them every day or whenever you see them, you call them and speak to them and you're a real positive influence in their life. Just shout out to those fathers. Well, let me get to the game. The Brooklyn Nets, Game 7 versus Milwaukee Bucks. I actually had a privilege of going to this game and my first ever Game 7, and Brooklyn was crazy, I could say, at least around the Barclays Center, and I could just say that this is the buzz probably the most buzz, to be around the Nets. I was around the Nets years ago, covering the Nets for Yahoo, and it was a good experience, but it was like fairly new, and it just had that wannabe acceptance. But I don't think that's now. I think the Brooklyn Nets has a real culture, a real fan base now. And it's a growing fan base as well, because they have 3 stars on the team. And the atmosphere was surreal. The game was great. Kevin Durant, 48 points, and he was spectacular. And I'm so I can't even find the words, because my own critique of KD was about really shutting up that stupid narrative that these guys put out there. I just want him to silence those detractors and get to about him playing ball. It's not like, Kevin Durant, he could be able to carry his own team, whatever. He never did this. That was my only critique, but it was just against media. But KD was spectacular, man. He was spectacular. And, and he's great, man. He is great. And you gotta respect and honor this man, because he's great. But they lose to the Bucks in that Game 7. And even though Kevin Durant hit a tough shot, thought he was sitting there packing a long 2, his foot on the line, and then they gained to seal it. He took the same exact shot spin around, turn fade away, and came up short. And the Bucks celebrated as Chris Middleton and Giannis Antetokounmpo, Brooke Lopez, Drew Holiday, and the crew. They put a good effort, and they got it done. And James Harden out there playing on a gimpy hamstring. Later revealed it was a grade 2. You don't play on that. But he did. To try to help his brother, his teammate. Joe Harris, to say the least, he struggled. And, you know, the fans are disappointed. They're booing him. They're just so freaking pissed. And, you know, there's a reason for that. But it happens. You gotta understand, shooters is not gonna make every shot. You know, he hit one shot and tried to bump his own chest, say, I got this, you know, and he tried, man. But he just wasn't able to get it done. And Kyrie Irving's still out. This is just, it's a devastating loss for them. But I feel that they're gonna come back and be a real great team next season. You know, and it's good to you know, to have that. So the next move's the Bucks win. They're gonna be in the conference finals. Mike Budenholzer, it's hard to it's almost crazy to speculate. His job was up, which I feel it shouldn't have been. You know, but they survived, and they're going in the conference finals. Now, the next game is game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, which started LA Clippers versus the Phoenix Suns. Paul George is really stepping up. Him and Reggie Jackson. Man, Kawhi's still down the first 2 games, and they're going to evaluate him when the games is coming to LA. CP3 unable to go, still in COVID protocol. But the story is Devin Booker. Devin Booker, first triple-double, is coming in the playoffs with 40-point triple-double. Devin Booker was rocking the purple Kobe's, was just getting his black mamba on. Hitting the mid-range, hitting tough shots, struggled in the first half, then scoring 16 points straight. Devin Booker was on another level. The Clippers was coming back too. I thought the Suns was actually going to give it away, but they made the right adjustments. And yeah, good play from DeMarcus Cousins. But then at one point, I felt that they was force feeding him like it was 2015. No, he's not. He's a role player. If he start hot, you can't say, oh, let's turn back the hand of time. No. Still initiate your offense. And if it comes to him in a pop situation, or you want to give it to him in the box because it's a mismatch, then do so. But don't continue to give it to him, because I think that's what the Suns kept coming back. They kept feeding DeMarcus Cousins because he was hot, and you don't do that. Run your offense. Yeah, Rajon Rondo, he had some extended minutes and played some good D on Booker. They doing some certain tries, but these other guys are stepping up. That's campaign. DeAndre Ayton. Mikal Bridges. These guys is playing well, playing out their minds. And it shows. It really shows. And so they stepped up and they took a 1-0 lead. And that's going to come to the last game. Atlanta Hawks versus Philadelphia 76ers. Now, Ice Trae was not Ice Trae. But he helped propel his team to go to the conference finals. I'm gonna tell you something. You better stop comparing that Luka trade. Cause I said it too. Don't say that's the worst trade in the past 10 years. Bill Simmons and all the, look. These two players is more close to each other than you would think right now. And the thing is, I said that, yeah, I like the Mavericks. So I said, those guys in Atlanta, don't be underestimated how they roster construction. Because now we're like, oh, well, Atlanta Hawks. They're in the conference finals. Because they won. Kevin Huerter's playing well. You know, Sweet Lou, John Collins, Clint Capella. Now, let's go to Philly. Joel Embiid did, he said put everything else on the floor, did everything. Ben Simmons, reluctant to shoot, came to so much media criticism from almost every single network that covers the NBA. They throwing it all on this young man. And I understand, yes. He gotta be aggressive. But I said before, you put the ball in his hands and you told him he was the point guard. You told him he had to defend point guards. This is what Brett Brown did when he was supposed to be just a forward with playmaking responsibilities, and you could utilize him as that kind of player, almost like, you know. But then you guys are comparing to LeBron when I said, oh, if y'all doing it, he's more like a Jason Kidd than anything. But the thing was that you got to get those double-digit assists like Jason Kidd. And now everybody wants to trade him. Tobias Harris had a good game. Seth Curry. But everything's on Ben Simmons. Joel Embiid talking about fouls and everything that was going on. Yeah, Joel's always going to be like that. You're going to get fouled. Can't complain. Let's go out there and compete. But I don't know what to say. Because looking like they're going. Philly may do something in the offseason. Jumping the gun. Because then it's coming back to the James Harden trade. Should y'all have made the deal or not? So we're going to really see what's going to transpire with this team. Man, I know people are really pissed right now. Because Philly had aspirations for a championship. And if it's not Ben Simmons, it's Doc Rivers.
Ladies and gentlemen,
there's a lot of questions on this table. And you have a guy in Daryl Morey that's not afraid to pull a gun on every single situation, even possibly with Joel Embiid, to win a championship. He learned from Danny Ainge. Traded Danny. So expect it to be coming, because this is a devastating loss. No matter where the blame goes to, this is a devastating loss. This is a devastating loss. And this even goes back as far as to the Jimmy Butler situation. What the hell is going on? This NBA 1 says Pretty Boy Laker, and I'm out.